Genesis 4. Adam made love to his wife Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, "With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man." Later, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Now Abel kept flocks, and Cain worked the soil. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord. And Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." That's not just a message, by the way, to Cain. It's a message to us. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" The Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord said to him, "Not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Romans 11, verse 4. By faith, Abel brought God a better offering than Cain did. By faith, he was commended as righteous when God spoke well of his offerings. And by faith, Abel still speaks even though he is dead. Okay, so a lot of people ask me the question in Genesis, well, why did God reject Cain's offering but accept Abel's offering? The word tells us right here. By faith, Abel brought God a better offering than Cain did. And the word says in verse 4 of Genesis 4, Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock, and the Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering. So what is it that God really cares about? It's not as though God is hungry and he likes fat better than, vegetables or something, or fruit. It's the heart with which we're bringing the offering. It's the belief, it's the love, it's the desire to exalt God. It's the desire for him to reveal his glory, for him to be glorified. And so God loves an obedient and a humble heart. But Cain's offering was just sort of out of obligation, right? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Which is God going to look better on? He's going to look more favorably on the one who brings the better offering by faith. And how is faith defined? Because it says by faith, Abel was commended as righteous when God spoke well of his offerings. And by faith, Abel still speaks even though he's dead. Abel believed in God. He regarded God. He loved God. He was giving God his best. So I'm doing this series on stories of faith. And since this is a short video, I'll read what Hebrews 11 says, at least in the beginning. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. They knew that God was who he said he was, is who he says he is, and will be who he says he will be. I've heard some things from God. He's told me that he's going to do some things, and I'm in a position that's very dire right now. Why in the world I have peace is only because of God, only because of his mercy and his sovereign choice, and because he has given me this peace as he's using my offering to demonstrate his glory to the body, because that is also something that he told me he was going to do. I should be freaking out right now. I should be trying to figure out where I'm going to live. But I know that he's going to do what he said he's going to do. And he didn't tell me how he was going to do it. He didn't, run down the details for me. So you know what our flesh tries to do. Our flesh tries to say, well, Father, you could do this and you could do that. We try to come up with plans, but I haven't even gone there. I haven't even tried to tell him what he could do. I don't even know what he could do. Well, I'm sure that if I really let myself go there, I could try to think of things that he could do. But the thing is, I've learned at this point, to just let him be and do who he is and what he does. He's going to come through. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing in him. Do you know anyone else who's done this? Any of those false teachers doing that, guys? Any of those people you're following with the hundreds of thousands of followers? Any of them doing that? Laying their life down to serve God, to serve within his body? Yeah, I didn't think so. Faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. I don't see. I have no clue what God is going to do, but I know he's going to do it because he told me that he was going to do it. When I asked him if he wanted me to sell the building, if he wanted me to sell my house and go downsize or make a different plan, he said, you stay where I placed you. I would have been fine selling everything, go live with my kids in their little apartment, just be with my family, I'll pay their bills or whatever with the proceeds that I make. I mean, I don't need to own a house. I'm not going to be here that long anyway. I don't need to own anything to do what I'm doing. But he said, stay where I put you. I set you up in a particular way. You are to stay where I put you when I called you. Faith is what? It's confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command so that what is seen was not made out of what is visible. All right, so stop saying there was a Big Bang Theory. Stop saying that some volcano exploded or that any of what we see right now was made out of what is visible. God made it. Doesn't matter what science says. It doesn't even matter that they try to produce any kind of evidence for it. What does it matter anyway? Is all that knowledge going to save you? God made it. That's all we need to know. We don't need to go back into these conspiracy theories or any other kind of theory. God made it. If he thought that we should know about volcanoes or Big Bang or anything else, he would have put it in his word. There's enough work that needs to be done in our hearts in order to believe and know what the truth is. Let's put our focus there. There's enough each day that God says, trust in what it is that I'm doing. Believe in what I'm doing in your life. Believe in the one I sent. There's enough work to do right there, guys. The people God has chosen are very, very simple. They don't have all of that complexity of, expertise and science and evidence. They don't have all of that. They just have, I believe in God. I believe what he says. That was it. How intelligent do you think that Abraham would have been considered today? I mean, think about the things Abraham did. He wasn't wise by the world's standards. He believed in God. He was wise by far better standards, far more meaningful standards. All of this is going to pass away. Please discern this with God.